guys, welcome to Evie's channel. So I'm thinking about what I want to do in the cover of my December daily album, and after looking at what I did in 2018, I decided I wanted to do the same thing for 2020 with the large numbers. And I was thinking that I would use this stencil from Ali Edwards. I don't know probably 2018 I got it, with some acrylic paint. I thought about stamping it. I thought about embossing it. Then I was digging through my stuff and I could not find a star stamp anywhere, but in her Celebrate story kit, she had this one. So I got really excited because I think that this would be really cute on my zero, and I'm gonna try it on the zero first, because if it looks horrible, I can just flip this one over, whereas I can't with the two. So I'm gonna start here. I don't even know which side's the front and which is the back. I really don't care. To be honest, I think this is the front. So I think I'm gonna try it on the back first and see if it works out and see if I like it. So I'm using Stays On ink just because, you know, you can stamp with anything and it will stay on. So I'm actually gonna stand up and fingers crossed this will work. So I'm just gonna kind of randomly set these down and not really think too much about my placement other than just YOLOing it. Okay, I think that's really cute. So I think though I do want to cover the whole thing between each stamp just to make sure that it gets on there good. And if this works out, we're doing it on the front. I think this is going to be really cute. You know what? I still might try using the sorry, I can't think and do stuff at the same time. I still might use the stencil to go ahead and add even more dimension and interest to these, to my numbers. And this one I'm just gonna kind of do the corner. Okay, that is super cute. It's just very random, very cute. So now I'm gonna do the front. And just gonna slap it down. So cute. Okay, yes. I am very happy with how this is gonna look. What color am I using? I'm using the Ganache just because my black, I think, is starting to kind of dry out. So I wanted to make sure that my stars would be nice and juicy when I stamp them down. Oh my gosh, loving it. Kind of come at it from this angle and then just try and really get like the corner like this. Yes, I like that. Let's do the two. We're doing it. We are gonna go for it. So glad I have this stamp, because otherwise I would not know what to do. I mean, I guess I would have figured out what to do, but I definitely am enjoying this look. So kind of want to get that all the way to the bottom so it doesn't look like we missed any spots. Again, just trying to go for a really rando pattern here. Kind of just going to focus on the middle of this section. And I'll go up the edge. I gotta be careful because I am getting ink on the side of my stamp, and I definitely don't want to have any like stamped lines on here. Again, I'll go ahead and do the whole thing. Hell yes. That is just darling. And I think I'm just gonna get that one corner so I have one extra star there. You guys. Okay, so now I'm going to take the book. So I'm thinking, because you do have to be careful about thickness, as I mentioned before. So I wanted to see how this looked, so I could decide if I want any white stars. So I was kind of thinking, these are from last year's December daily. Do I need any white stars on here? Part of me says yes, and part of me says no. I mean, I could try on the back of this 0 and see how it looks. I think I'm going to, because I want one more dimension, but like I don't want more thickness. So I don't want to start putting stuff on top of here. That's the reason I have the stars kind of like here, because I've already got the bulk here, so I can fill it in there. So I got to think of some ways to add dimension, but still be flat. So let's see how that. So before I start on the actual 0, I want to try a couple different thicknesses of acrylic paint. So I have some bougie paint, sorry. Pretty expensive, but this is golden acrylic paint. I do stuff with art acrylic, so does that have like a hole in there in the bottom? That's concerning. Some of this was my mom's too, so I haven't mixed her art supplies and my art supplies. Anyway, found these. So I want to try the different thicknesses before I start. This is a sponge that I prefer using anytime I use stencils, because it just, I feel like, holds it better. It's like a real natural sponge. So this is a thicker one. So I'm going to try that here and see what we get. Because I don't want it to be running off the stencil. That's kind of what we're getting with the thicker one. Then I'm going to take the thinner one, and we're just going to kind of go over here. And actually, I probably ought to dab it off first. So here's the thinner paint. So, which I feel like you could just get like those, you know, those acrylic paints at Michael's in the bottle. Thicker paint is better. Definitely like the thicker paint. I feel like I have a bit more control with it. I just need to dab it a little more. Do I have any? Okay, so it's a thinner stuff. So let's look at the thick. So if I dab my thick paint, I'm gonna kind of have to dab it on the paper. Let's see what happens here with it. I feel like I have more control, and there's a stick to the thicker one, which is what I want. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of go all the way down with this. Like the thick one. Okay, so now that I know that, I need to wipe off my stencil. And I need a wet wipe. Always keep baby wipes in my art room. I had thought about trying a watercolor, but I feel like that's gonna just be really bad. So this is gonna have a lot of leftover ink on it. Paint, I mean. So kind of want to make sure I get both the front and back. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just can't be wet when I go to use it. And I always have paint all over me when I'm doing stuff in my art room, so I don't care about that. See, some of it's gonna stick and I'm just gonna have to scrub it off, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just definitely don't want it to be wet. So, okay, here's the moment of truth. Which is the front and which is the back? I think, can't tell. This is the back. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna YOLO. I'm nervous. I am really nervous, but if it does what I want it to, it will be super cute. Okay. I'm going to take a little of that thicker paint, kind of get it on here, but not too much. Totally nervous. I just can't move the stencil at all because it's going to ruin my look. You have to be careful because it's going to lift. See? Don't want it to move. Stay where you are. And if the stars aren't perfect, that's fine. I'm literally just trying to get them on there. I like it. Let's just kind of, I'm gonna need some more of this thick paint. So I feel like if you want to do something like this, I would go ahead and get a thicker paint, because I feel like if you use the runny stuff, I don't know, unless you're better at this than me, don't know that it'll work the way you want. So I'm just going to try and fill in some of the other spots, and this could end up getting kind of messy. Not 100% sure if I should be like kind of wiping this off as I go, but that's just going to be a pain. Again, I'm not going for like perfection. I'm just going for fun, dimension. Yes, I really like this look a lot. So then I'm just going to kind of go in and fill some other spots where I feel like I need just a little bit more, like right there. Maybe a little one right here kind of coming off. Love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. Now we got to do the real stuff. So I need to kind of wipe my stuff off, my hands, and kind of get ready for the real deal. Doesn't matter if it's on the sponge. I just need to make sure I have enough ink. I kind of need to wipe this off. Again, just because that excess could wind up being a problem. Let me lay it down. Like, it doesn't matter if my stencil kind of has it on there sticky wise, it'll end up drying, but what I'll end up doing is I'll end up scrubbing it off in my sink, which is a no-no. You should not be putting acrylic paint or liquid paint, any kind of paint, down your sink, because it does line your pipes, in case you did not know that. So like this, when I go to rinse it out outside, I'll probably just scoop it out, to be honest, with a wipe and toss it. And then, you know, I'll have to rinse it out outside. Okay, so acrylic does dry pretty quick. So that's good, but I do want to do the 2 before I do the 0 again. So now I need my paper. Without getting this everywhere, I'm gonna use a new piece of paper for my 2. This I will set aside. Okay, so I'm gonna slap a squirt of paint. I'm gonna take my 2, and heaven help me, I'm gonna hope for the best. I need a sip of Coke first. I gotta get my courage up. Okay. Kind of want full stars too, though, not just half. Dip it in here. Kind of get the excess off there. And then we're just gonna YOLO and get this on here. Careful not to go over the edge though. Yes, yes, yes. Say yes to the paint. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of do one of these. I am gonna have another star there. That's okay, because remember, I'm going for like that rando look. So if we have more than one star next to each other, just don't care. I just really want that dimension without getting paint on my 2. Fingers crossed. I'm okay down here. You guys, this is just freaking adorable. Gonna kind of add 2 here. This will be good because like some stars will have more paint than others. And then gonna kind of come in like that, I think. That's got a lot of paint on it. It's okay. Oh my goodness. That is joy. That right there is happiness. I am literally ecstatic. You guys. Okay, so wipe off the excess. So when I go to do the 0, kind of have it off of my hands somewhat. Oh my gosh, so excited. So excited. Get that extra paint off. Flip it over. It's gonna be on my table and I don't care. This is like an old IKEA table that is literally my art table. So when I film videos, it's used up. I use it and I do try to keep it nice, but whatever. It happens, right? Okay. So, I'm gonna kind of, just in case I have paint on my hands, we're gonna fling that over there. Now we're doing the 0 for real. I'm just gonna kind of place the 0. Gonna kind of get, it's gonna be a lot on there, but we'll just dab it. And we're gonna just YOLO. Get that paint on here. Remember, I'm going for kind of a random look, so you know it's gonna come off the sides. Cute. Cute, 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 cute. Kind of do like that. Just decide kind of where I want it. And then I'm just gonna hit it, go for it. Some of the stars are gonna have more paint than others. Some are gonna look kind of, you know, a little bit of thick paint, but that's okay, because that's what I want. Then, oh, I think I'm good. Okay, how do I want to lay this last batch? Kind of like that. I am trying to go quickly just because you don't want it to slip. That's the worst. If it slips, then you're gonna have blobs. Like I'm some stencil expert. I was in the 80s, just not so much now. Oh my gosh. I am in love. I feel like I need just a tiny kind of one right here. So, but not too much, just a little bit kind of coming in right here too. And see, I got a little paint on there. I don't care about that. That's fine. I'm done. I'm done, you guys. So I finally got the backs off the red line tape. It took me forever. Ah, shoot. I didn't put it on these yet. Ugh. I hate red line tape, but it's off. So I have to be super careful though, because it's super sticky and I want this in the right spot. Ugh. This is like really hard to think. It was kind of like, once this is down, it's a little higher than I wanted, but I'm not about to rip. Okay, so I'm committed. I have to do December daily. So I'm gonna do star here, star here, star here, and then I guess I'll stop it again and do more red line tape. I hate red line tape. But again, I'm committed because I've spent time putting it all together. So that's a good thing. I've got my red line tape on the back of my stars. I just wanted to show you real quick the different thicknesses I have of the red line tape. This giant one, again, I got at Hobby Lobby before I stopped going there, is the same thickness as this. I don't know why that's necessary, but whatever. Anyway, these are my thicknesses of red line tape. You can get them on Amazon. I probably ought to order some more of this. Michael's, a lot of times I'll make sure I have a coupon when I use it. Okay, so we are gonna lay down the sparkle. I should probably stand up to make sure. I think I do have some cork crumbs on here a little bit. Just kind of want to brush that stuff off. So we're gonna go here, I think. Once it's down, it's down. I think I'm gonna go here. And then I think this one, kind of want it to the side so it's not, you know, centered like that. Kind of want to go over a little bit, maybe not too far. Kind of right there, I think. Make a nice triangle shape. This year, what did I say it was? Textures, trees, and triangles. Anyway, triangle shapes are always great when you're doing your stuff. So there you go. I now have my inside done. Glad that I added those extra little stars, just an extra little dimension and sparkle. The paint worked out really good. The stamping worked out really good. I really lucked out. I'm super happy. I still have the option to add these. I don't know if that's too much. I'll have to ask my girls what they think. But I still have the option to put something there. So that's good. Got my front page. Not sure how I'll do the Thanksgiving piece. I may just kind of, I don't know, have like a pregame something. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I definitely want to include decorating the tree, or maybe, you know, I'll just put it in there and just, you know, have pictures of the tree, decorating the tree, all that stuff. And then I'll start with day one. But yeah, so we're ready to go, guys. I'm good to go. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys the next time. Bye.